Hello and welcome to a special edition of Catmose College News. I'm Rosie Smith. Today's topic, a woman's right to education. Here's my correspondent, Indira Carter, to tell you more.
Thank you, Rosie. But what is a right? According to the Oxford Dictionary, a right is something which you are entitled to because you are a human being. Today, women and young girls are facing obstacles that stop them from obtaining the most basic of rights. For example, the right to an education or to be given equal chances in life. The main obstacle we believe that are stopping them from having those rights are men dominating and dictating every aspect of their lives, religious beliefs and traditions that restrict them from applying for jobs, limited access to education, no say in politics or the economy of their own countries, and many problems that come with gender equality. Out of these multiple problems facing young girls and women, we think that the most important issue is giving everyone the right to education. Providing girls with an education does not only help their situation now, but will continue to help generations to come.
Thank you, Indira. That's troubling news indeed. We wanted to find out what your thoughts on the matter were, so we sent out Isabella to gather your opinions.
Thank you, Rosie. I'm here at Catmose to find out what the students here think about education. So what do you think is the most important thing for a young girl to have?
An education.
An education.
An education.
School! Go!
So that's pretty clear. Education is the most important thing a young girl can have. Currently, 65 million girls do not attend school, but for every 1 year these girls spend at secondary school, their future income increases by 15 to 25%, therefore breaking the vicious cycle of uneducated generations of women. We sent India Hunnikin to interview the head of Catmose College, Mr. Williams, to find out his views on the matter.
Thanks, Rosie. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Principal of Catmose College, Mr. Williams, who will be answering a few questions on a woman's right to education. So, do you think that every girl should have a right to getting an education?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the case. I think it's so important both for the economy but actually also for the social importance of that, because it shouldn't be underestimated. It's so critical that everybody has the right to have an equal education.
Why do you think people don't get an education though?
I think in some countries there's so many barriers to education, not least that there's cultural issues regarding gender equality, in that boys can often be given an education whilst the girls are kept at home to support the home circumstances, and I think that's wrong. But in addition to that, there's often a lack of schools available for these girls to attend.
How do you think we can overcome this in the future?
I think there's a number of things that we can practically do, not least by providing resources, including funds to support them, but more than that, I think we should be developing links with schools and developing schools where we have close relationships, particularly between girls and students who are female, so that actually the girls themselves can see the value of education and what that brings.
I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much, and now I'll hand you over to my correspondent, Sam Al-Kayat, who's in Kenya, seeing how successful sister schools really can be.
Our school, Catmose College, has been working with Kimio Secondary School in Kenya. The school is not the most ideal learning environment. Up until recently, their library was nothing more than a patch of earth. Since Catmose College has been working with Kimio School, the once bare library is now a room full of books. Over the last few years, our school has also paid for solar lighting, books for exam revision, medicines for malaria treatment, mosquito nets, footballs and rugby balls, along with sports shirts. What most people don't realise is that schools like this one in Kenya know perfectly well how to educate their children, but they simply don't have the funds to do so. If every school in the UK became a sister school with schools like Kimio School, they could send over money and supplies to improve their education. They could do this by raising money at sponsored events, bake sales and on-school uniform days. We also hope that this will raise awareness that at the moment, education is a privilege, but it shouldn't be. This is a great way of helping schools in developing countries directly, whilst educating both parties in the process.
Thank you, Sama, and have a safe journey home. We at Catmose College believe we have a possible solution, so we now present to you the 9 steps to education.
Equality.
Develop. Unite.
Communicate. Access.
Teach.
Involve.
Opportunity.
Nurture.
That's all we've got time for. I hope we've given you something to think about. And remember, education is opportunity. Good night.